Okay, here we are. This is CDDA, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. We started as a morbidly obese island prisoner. We were such a bad boy in our pre-apocalypse life that we were not just in a regular prison, but on an island prison, which is actually, come to think of it, just something I'd like to mention. I found out that the regular prison start, I would argue, is harder than the island prison start, assuming you can wrap your head around the crafting system and the vehicle system and all that stuff to actually get off the island. But the regular prison start has a certain amount of extra BS to it because you can get like one-shotted by by robots and whatnot in there, and it's just really, really, really ugly. So we didn't have to deal with any kind of mechs or anything like that on our way out of the island prison when we started this game out. We just kind of had to deal with the elements and some really big zombies. But anyway, we're well past that point. We left our prison up here a while ago. We took the stuff that we wanted from it. While I was offline, I did a couple things. I read all of my books. So I took our cooking to 6 with the books, and I also took, I cheesed up electronics, which I'll explain how I did that. I had electronics at 0, right? And we had this book labeled Advanced Electronics, which requires you to have electronics 2 to actually read it, and then it'll take you to 5. So I took it all the way to 5. How did I do that? First of all, I built antennas. You can build this without any kind of skill book, anything like that. All you got to do is just have, a tool with metal sawing, which is easy enough, and then you have to have a chunk of steel or some scrap metal. And so I just basically took a bunch of scrap metal, which you can get from almost any appliance from disassembling it, and then I just made a bunch of antennas. So you make like 20, maybe 40 of them, and then boom, you've, I think we actually only made 20. Yeah, 20 antennas. And then after that, I happened to have the hot plate recipe, and while that is a level 3 electronics thing, you can actually make stuff that's above your skill level if it's, I'm not sure exactly how the mechanic works, but I think it's if you're like 1 level below, maybe 2, it'll let you do it. Hey Senshi, what's up, man? Just kind of explaining how I got my electronics up off screen here. So anyway, I built one of these things, and it takes like 31 minutes. Something I've observed about this game is if you want to cheese up your skills, if it takes longer to make the item, you're getting more skill along the way. It's all about the amount of time that you spend crafting. Yeah, it's the same character. Although we might do some dangerous things today, so that we have a real risk of death today, because I'm tired of this mansion life. I wanna take some risks and go on an adventure. Maybe try to find a laboratory. So anyway, basically I made some hot plates is what happened. And then I got to electronics 2, and then I just read my book, and now I have electronics 5. So we can make all kinds of interesting things. One thing I'd like to do is I want to make some EMP grenades before I leave. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go on an adventure. So let's just make these real fast. It uses a bunch of stuff that I guess we only have 2, but that's fine. We need more solder. We'd have to deconstruct some stuff if we wanted to get more of that, but two EMP grenades should be fine. Oh, I made some tools and things off camera, like this kinetic bullet puller, and the plastic mold, and the sieve, and the swag and die set. And this is just, stuff that helps us make more things. You don't need to worry about that, really. It was all, nothing really complicated. Once you have the anvil, which we made last session, and then you have like forging available, you're pretty much good to go. All right, so what do we want to take with us? Let's take the pickaxe. Let's put the pickaxe in the trunk. If I can find it. There we go. We're going on a journey. we have some clean water. I guess we might want to cook some more before we leave, so let's just do that real fast. Because we might be gone from here for a good little while. Also, our dude is hot, so I'm gonna drop the plate armor and the raincoat. Your left hand aches. What the hell? Why am I so hot? The plate armor is the best armor type. Well, this is the first time I've experienced this. For some reason, my dude is too hot. I guess because I'm next to this fire, so I took off all my clothes so I can be comfortable, I suppose. It's a little bit annoying, but not too bad. So essentially, we're going to take this big tank. We're going to take this big-ass tank of clean water, which will pretty much sustain us, and we'll probably take some food with us too. And we're just going to go kind of out into the wilderness, and I'll probably let you guys decide which direction you'd like me to explore. My instinct is to go into the city and try to get to a tall building, you know? That seems like it would be pretty good. Because apparently when you are on a tall building, you can see very far around you, and that would kind of give me an idea of exactly what places we can explore, you know. Although on the other hand, here's an interesting one, we could go to the other prison, the one we didn't start in, and if we're lucky, there could be a laboratory. Could be a laboratory in there. Okay, this is good. Let's extinguish the fire. I'm gonna wear all my stuff again. Hopefully that doesn't make me start to be too hot. It's still spring. You would think it would be kind of cold. Every day so far has been really cold. Okay, we have 115 waters. That's great. We're overweight again. I've been overeating a little bit. It's kind of hard to keep things straight in this game. I'm going to take pretty much all my food, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's like, whenever you're full in this game, it doesn't really matter. Your guy can just sort of keep eating until he's engorged. And it's not, I mean, unless you're actually counting your calories, it's kind of hard to maintain a normal weight. So I just kind of eat until my dude is engorged. If he becomes overweight, then I will simply, not eat for a few days, which I suspect is not great for your health, but I don't really care. Just take these empty jars and not take those with us. We have a bunch of dried rice and crap, cashews. I had a bunch of meat from the basement that I was eating, like pickled meats and things like that. Maybe we'll find like an anthill. That'd be kind of cool. We could have like an endless source of meat that way. And we could start getting some chitin, or chitin. Is that pronounced chitin? I think it's chitin. But we could get some of that stuff, which you can turn into armor, which we don't need, but we could also turn it into vehicle armor, which would be awesome. Build a little Antmobile. Okay, I'm also going to take the not AK-47. If I can remember, where did I put my guns? There's some there, and there's some here. Take that. This should be enough guns to deal with all of our problems. Alrighty. Seems pretty good. Seems like we have some food for the road. We have some water. We have a couple EMP grenades. We've got this crazy-ass pike. I also made this travel pack, which lets us carry a whole lot more stuff. All in all, this character feels pretty strong. I'm going to leave behind most of my crafting stuff for the really hardcore crafting, you know, forging type things. I don't think we need all that. I could go ahead and try the thing where I was going to put another engine in this, but I'm not going to bother really. Oh, one more thing I did off camera is I upgraded our crazy bicycle cart. It now has a shopping cart basket welded to the back, and it's finally steerable. So we have a vehicle now. We have a vehicle now that takes no gasoline. Kind of cool, I guess. I'm just smashing it into some shrubs right now. Whoops. You know what? We're gonna stop driving this thing. This is it's really awkward. We're just gonna grab it because all I wanted to do was sort of stick it here. Great. But no, we're definitely taking our RV. Got to be very careful about the way I drive in here now because obviously we don't want to run over our table that we've set up here or any of these parts. At some point, I might like build a vehicle bay for this thing. It occurred to me that if I want to make my life a lot easier, I could like take this forklift arm idea and like build a vehicle, a quote-unquote vehicle, which is really just like a piece of metal that extends like a U, you know, around roughly the size of my RV, and just stick forklift arms all around it. And that'd be kind of handy for being able to do whatever I want on any part of the vehicle. Anyway, where would you guys like me to go? This RV can swim, so we can go check out this prison. We can go right to the city of Weir. This is a regional dump. I don't know what we would find there, but probably nothing of interest. This is these red O's. They're craters where presumably like a nuke hit or something. There's a farm field over here with a silo. Don't really need to go in there, but if we wanted to, there's wheat in the silos. We could solve our food problem forever. We've already been to this gas station. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Second prison sounds good. Alright, let's check out the second prison. Maybe there's a lab beneath it. What's the safe top speed of my RV here? On water, it's 18. On land, it's 100 and... Wow, we can go 143, although only 119 miles per hour if we're wanting to remain safe. Let's just, like, take it slow. I don't feel like crashing into... I mean, what's crazy is these little shrubs here, or whatever they're called. Yeah, shrubs. If you run into a shrub at high speed, or maybe even at low speed, you can screw your vehicle up pretty bad, which is not good, obviously. What is this? Oh, it's just a big pile of poop. Okay. I think so, Senshi. Did I loot the lighthouse? Yes, I did. I got a bunch of food from that, mostly. And I learned that zombies can indeed attack your vehicle while they're under the water. So that was a learning experience. To 18. That's right. That's right. Our RV still glides on the water. Makes perfect sense. I hope I find some batteries on the way. I just realized I didn't bring any extra batteries, and my flashlight does not have any. So the only light we have is from a cell phone, which kind of sucks, and from our headlights, which is also not so good. I could take the battery out of the cell phone and put it in the flashlight, but it's kind of low. Alright, so we've made it across the river. Man, this is exactly how cars look in real life. This is an incredibly realistic game. Not any kind of problems at all with the vehicle reshaping system. Actually, you know, I'm going to have to be really careful, because I just realized this is not an island prison. There will probably be robots outside the thing, you know, and I don't want to get shot. Now we could run the thing down. We could probably run robots down with this vehicle but that means I'd have to risk damaging my poor truck. Yeah, Canadians, they have bags and milk, and they don't have magic cars that reshape, or milk and bags, rather. Bags and milk. From the west, okay, here we go. That's an iBot. I don't know if that has, does that have a gun on it, I wonder? How far away is that thing? It's up northwest? Heard hostile detected. Let's just take a look. It's ignoring me, so I don't think it's noticed me. Or if it has noticed me, it doesn't care. A quadcopter drone, largely comprised of a high-resolution camera lens and a speaker. This robot hovers above the ground, documenting the carnage and mayhem around it. While no longer able to report to a central authority, it is likely that some of its automated alert systems are still functional, given that the thing seems to have an operational charging station somewhere. Did this perhaps, I wonder, alert some things to my location? I'm hearing gunshots to the west, which is spooky. In the west, you hear hostile detected. They're probably shooting zombies, but you know, better safe than sorry, I guess, because we could die instantly. So how should we approach this? Do we want to go to the other side of the prison? This appears to be the back rather than the entranceway. No, there's a... No, the entranceway is actually on the top, because this is the road. So I'm going to just kind of cautiously go around. Now, if I was like a sick, nasty hacker man, I could probably take control of these robots, or so I've heard. But we have literally zero computer skill. And we do have a book that takes us to, I don't know, I think like 3 or maybe 5, but we we don't have the skill required to actually read it. So, and as far as I know, there's actually no way. There's no way to get your computers up without just reading a book or trying to hack computers, but that only works like once before they shut down. Alright, so there's a zombie cop here. We saw plenty of those in our prison. Cataclysm, pork days ahead. Nah, I managed to make my guy overweight again by eating too much jerky. Oh well. So yeah, there's a zombie cop here, that's fine. There's a bunch of these iBots, which I don't think I need to be worried about. They appear to be just ignoring me, and they don't have guns on them. I'm more concerned about the... Did that start as a cop? No, we started as a prisoner. So, I don't think the robots are going to be very happy about me. Are you saying that they're going to be friendly with the zombie cop? Okay, close this door. I'm a little concerned about the prospect of getting shot to death here. Wait, there's a shrub. I don't see any turrets yet, or any like mobile, you know, sort of walking robots. Just a bunch of zombie cops behind a fence, which I don't think they're even capable of getting through it without great effort. There is a vehicle here. So a riot helmet on the ground. The turrets are only inside, so you're telling me that I can safely walk out. I'll take your word for it. Zombie cops are indeed fighting the iBots. Let's look at items. Wait, what's this now? A chemistry lab. That's handy. Is this like a meth car? Mobile meth lab? What's that doing parked in front of a prison? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would there be a mobile meth lab parked in front of a prison? Were they like bailing somebody out? What's the deal with that? It's supplying the guards. Were the prison guards on meth? Wow. I'm tempted to. This thing looks like it functions. I'm gonna. Wait. What's the items here? Taser, short rope. Oh, this is a wrecked car. Is this thing drivable? Attempt a hot wire. Okay, fine. Ignore the kerblams. Ignore the monsters spotted because there's a billion of them around here. This wire will start the engine. Except the engine is faulty. Can we repair that just with welding, I wonder? Nope. Faulty starter motor. We need a drive belt, I think. So this vehicle is not really takeable. So we will, instead of trying to take 40 minutes to, you know, fix this thing, I want that chemistry set. I'm not trying to turn my car into a meth lab. I would like to be able to make stuff though. So instead, first thing we're going to do is we're going to siphon the gas. Pour into nearby vehicle, wide load. Okay. So we siphoned all the gas. Now we're going to remove chemistry station. We are going to remove the aisle with lights. Whoops, I don't want to rename my wide load. Fine with that. Install onboard chemistry lab. I left some sort of drugs in the back of the meth lab. Okay. Well, let's put this wired sheet metal in our RV and let's go look at the drugs, I guess. It says you don't see any monsters around you. Any monsters or items around you. But then if I hit the G button for getting things, there's a gallon of bleach. Also, there's a pork pie hat, I guess, in the driver's seat. Okay. Well, we'll take the bleach, I guess. That could be handy, although we can make our own bleach now. It occurred to me that we could gather a bunch of salt from the nearby swamp, the swamp that's near our mansion. Cataclysm Breaking Bad crossover incoming. I wonder if I can siphon the gas from this wreck. I remember there was like a bug with this that lets you get infinite gas, and I don't want to abuse that. But it looks like this thing doesn't have any liquid fuel anyway. Look how messed up this thing is. What a disaster. What is this? Are those are wrecked solar panels? Am I playing a version where solar panels can be repaired? Because if so, you better believe I want those. Repair. You need a solar panel to repair it because it's completely destroyed. Okay, understandable, I guess. Could remove it and get some fragments, whatever those are. I won't worry about that. The goal of this mission is to see what's inside the prison. And while I am deeply spookied... Oh hey, they've destroyed some of the fence. The zombies got out. But they didn't try to kill me while I was messing with my vehicle. That's weird. We have animal discord, so these chihuahuas are unhappy with us. But they're fighting zombies and not me. Oh, he's coming for me now. Now he's just running from the zombie. Well, I'm just going to kill the zombie. Which, by the way, because of the armor Oh god, we just killed the Chihuahua. Okay, I just killed a Chihuahua with a pike. That seems kind of unfortunate. Kill the Chihuahua. It is dead. Alright, heavy-duty flashlight with a full battery will drop our existing one. Pulped the corpse. The Chihuahua is a crime against nature. Well, I'm more concerned with like how it is that the Chihuahua made it, you know, this far into the apocalypse. What's interesting is that's viable meat. We could actually full butcher this thing. I wonder if I could get... we can't actually build a root cellar yet to keep things fresh because we don't have enough survival skill. But if we could get one, we could like butcher this thing, put all the meat in there, maybe like turn some of it into jerky so it lasts longer. Could be useful. But I have a feeling it's really not going to last. It's not going to last that long. Okay, these cops are coming for me. Our stamina's not the best. So hopefully we can kill all these guys. We're doing an awful lot of damage. Hell yeah. The pike comes through again. Okay, some cash cards that I don't care about really. A first aid kit, I like that. That's handy in case we get hurt. Two-way radio, we could do some good stuff with that probably. It's not going to produce enough food for storage. Fair enough. We could get a hide off of it though, right? Produce some leather? I mean, I don't know. I hear that if you survive all the way to winter in this game, it's incredibly difficult to stay alive because you're cold all the time. So I hear that you have to get furs, which requires you to skin a bunch of animals, but maybe that's been overblown. Beauty magazine. Bring your tailoring skill to 1. Okay, well, we already have a lot of tailoring, so it does nothing for us. I'm going to turn on safe mode, because if I see a turret or a robot, I don't want to take a step and then die. So, thermal electric clothes are easy enough to make. I imagine this character can probably already make them, I guess, since, you know, Electronics 5. The game does seem to give you just an awful lot of time before it challenges you. Unless you purposefully challenge yourself. Like, I think if you wanted to turn this game into something more challenging, you would have to use the options that really ratchets up the zombie evolution rate. Because right now we're just dealing with, you know, regular ass zombies who want to eat my brains. But later you might have to deal with like zombies that can spit acid at you. You know. If I open up the doors, they're going to be... okay, I guess not. Hard leg guards. That's gonna encumber my legs. We don't want that. Interesting. I think there could be like a robot right behind these doors. It's a little concerning. Okay. See, here's some clues, all right? We're gonna be Batman here. We're gonna be the world's greatest detective. You see these 2 bruised zombie corpses? That tells me there's probably a robot in here. One that's capable of just like wrecking my ass. And I like my ass, I don't want it to get wrecked. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna activate my flashlight so I can actually see in there. I keep hearing sounds. But no enemies. Oh, there he is. Okay, so we have the technology to take this thing out. Kind of. The thing is that we have EMP grenades, a couple of them, and if I actually hit him with one of those, he will die. But the problem is he seems to be moving around a lot. He is hostile to us, but as soon as we go out of line of sight, I think he's going to go elsewhere. We could try to shoot him instead, but I don't trust him not to just shoot back and immediately kill me. So we're gonna run away. Get out of line of sight. I'm gonna drop my travel pack to start with, so I'm not encumbered, and my raincoat. So now we're full on night mode here. And then what? And then what? I guess I can pick up the EMP grenades. So I don't know. Another problem is, I don't know if I mentioned this just now, but our throwing skill is literally 0. I could have farmed that up or grinded that up. I just kind of forgot. Another thing we could do is we could walk around the corner and shoot the guy, but if he shoots me back, I might just die instantly. So that's a problem. Oh right, can I not have the flashlight at the same time as the rest of this stuff? Let's drop some of these things. Pick up the flashlight. Wow, really? My dude has 2 hands. Let's drop all this stuff. Thankfully, there's like a wall of, iron bars in the way to stop him from just kind of coming up and owning me. Okay, I'll drop everything. I just don't want to have my pack on. Alright, turns out if I want to have my grenade, and I want to have all my armor, and I don't want to have the pack on, I cannot have the light, which is pretty annoying, so I guess we're going to have the pack on. So we'll pick up everything, and we'll just have the encumbrance, I guess. But we don't have the raincoat on, so our encumbrance really isn't bad at all. Our hands are not encumbered, our arms are not encumbered. The whole point is that if I'm encumbered on the arms and the hands, I think that messes with my throwing, which of course is not good. Okay, he's right there. He's not saying hostile detected, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to activate the grenade. So we get 3 turns. I'm going to move. I'm going to throw it right there. Where did that land? Did that land right on me? How is that even possible? Oh my lord. Okay. I don't think that's going to explode large enough to hit either of these, apparently 2 bots. Don't know how to throw. Okay, so thankfully, small miracles, EMP grenades don't bother me, but that's, we only had 2, so now we're down to 1. So we're either going to have to come back here after making more, or we're going to have to find out if using a gun will work for us here. Pretty good marksman, so maybe. Okay, these guys know where I'm at. Activate. Throw. Alright, well, that's enough to kill this dude, I guess. Okay, there we go. So one of them got collapsed, so that's better than nothing. Always look on the bright side. Our aim just blows. But, see, I wanted to say something about this. Is like, I could get this throwing up to 7. From 0 to 7, which is incredibly high, by simply picking up a rock, or a pile of rocks, and throwing them in front of my face over and over. Which is, you're never going to hear me stop complaining about, balancing through tedium. I just don't think it's good. I say, anyway, let's... Okay, there, he sees me. You can tell by the little exclamation point. We want him not to see us. Oh, he's heavily injured. I don't know if that's from my EMP or he probably just got messed up by zombies. Why does this game need leveling at all? That's, that's exactly the kind of question you need to be asking, to be honest. I really like that question because there are fundamental premises about this game, I think, that need to be examined. And I think that's one of the biggest flaws with CDDA is, I'm always saying, what's the phrase I keep saying? This game doesn't know what it wants to be. Does spamming up skill levels is that conducive to a fun experience when you have a game like this? All right, so the exclamation point is gone. It says it's heavily injured. It says it's hostile, but I think that because there's no exclamation point, I think he doesn't know that I'm here yet because I sort of ran in. So the real question is, I'm going to fire on him. Maybe one of you guys can help me with this. Do I want to do precise aim? Will he get to shoot back at me, I wonder? Because here's one thing that I'm completely at a loss at when it comes to CDDA. Like in DCSS, I can always tell what the chances are for something to attack me back and how many times. Whereas like in this game, I really have no clue how the movement system works in terms of like how many movement points it takes to do this and that. So, did my internet just get out? No, it didn't. I'm still streaming, right? Never mind. Sorry, I thought I was having a problem. Anyway, you know what? Let's just do regular aim. We're pretty close to it, and let's see if he gets a shot back. This would be a nice. I'm not married to this character. If it dies, it's fine. He had a good run. If he does die. So your mechanical wording, stop aiming. No. All right. So we shot him, and he died. We have impaired hearing now, though, because a gunshot went off near me. That'll go away eventually. We don't have any earplugs or anything, but hey, that's cool. So we now know, at least with the regular aim, we are capable, if we set it up properly, we can shoot these things and they'll go down. Oh god, there's there's more of them. Wait until you catch your breath. So I found out that crouching apparently makes enemies forget where you are. Okay, there's an exclamation point on that guy. Hostile. It's okay for him to be hostile. Just don't want him to be super aware of where we are, so we'll just wander off. And we'll, sort of crawl back in. Hopefully he's forgotten all about us. No, he's there and he's uninjured. Huh. I got the other guy's red exclamation point to go away, so I know it's possible. Just crawl on out here. Way far away. Okay. It's got an exclamation point. I don't know what to say about this. Should we try to shoot at it? I guess we will. It's pretty far away, so I wonder what its chances to miss us are. I'm going to do regular aim and see what happens. Okay, we hit him for 40 damage and he didn't hit us. Can I get out of line of sight? Yes, I can. Hell yeah. Precise aim is pretty good. I imagine it is, but I'm worried about him shooting back. Like, I'm trying to cheese this. I'm trying to cheese this so that I get to shoot and he doesn't. Take these 30-06 casings. Collapses. Hell yeah. Well, this is working out. Interesting thing about this is we can you know, we can dismantle these robots. All it takes is a couple more moves, and you get a lot more accuracy and power for what you sacrifice. Okay, so I hear ya. Oh shit. That's horrifying. We got like 3 run moves though. There was another robot there. I hear you, but like if my previous test games are any kind of indicator, I think that if they get like a single shot on me, I just die. Maybe that's not the case when I'm in plate armor. Hard to say, really. I guess there's one way to find out. Here, I'll do a precise aim and we'll see what happens. So that did 67 damage, which is actually less than one of my regular aims did. Although, I mean, I think what you were referring to is like it's more possible to get a headshot. I'm unsure if you can even get a headshot against these dudes. But I tell you what I am going to do is I am going to keep... Oh, there's an iBot. Hey, buddy. What is this now? You hear a robotic voice boom, Citizen Moshi Muse. You hear drop your gun now. You hear keep your hands up. The iBot takes your picture. Now hold on a minute. Why does this guy think my name is Moshi Muse? Clearly my name is Fat Bastard. So I am curious. What would make him believe that I am Moshi Muse? That does not sound like my name at all. I don't have any like ID cards or anything on me. That's anyway. I'm gonna wield my pike. And I think I'm going to destroy this iBot. Citizen database connection lost. Drop your weapon now. Well, hopefully it's not sending for more robots. The iBot collapses. We're going to disassemble this stuff. We need, I think, soldering to do that, or possibly welding. Says it can call for backup, so yeah, maybe. But yeah, this is going to be a nice little collection of robot parts, so that'll be cool. I wonder if it's possible for me to build my own robot army. Yeah, TS Flip here says that light survivor armor can deflect most bullets. Survivor armor. Do we need survival skill to make that? I've heard about this. I've seen this in the threads, you know, on like Reddit and people talking about it in the Discord and things like that. That survivor armor is supposedly really strong. So, I mean, I see this stuff, various quote-unquote survivor items. It's basically endgame stuff. Well, we have fabrication 10, so is this like a recipe that I need to learn from a book, or is it more like I need more survival skill? You need tailoring. Okay. That makes sense, actually. So we have 4 tailoring. Need to farm zombie soldiers for Kevlar. Well, one thing I could do is check this out. I noticed that the dogs on the island prison had Kevlar dog harnesses, so I bet I could cut that up. I bet I could cut that up for Kevlar, if nothing else. Boom. I feel like this is a good use of my ammo. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Hey, buddy. Solar powered like many other robots. Am I going to be able to get myself some solar panels off these guys? I'd like that. Unfortunately, this guy's hostile. Probably got called from... Well, I'm making a lot of noise is the thing with this gun. I'm a little concerned now because I'm kind of caught with my pants down with this robot coming from behind, so I think we're just going to have to duke it out. Precise aim. You hit the police bot for 5 damage. Can someone explain why my bullet only did 5 damage to that, but it was just like wrecking the hell out of the other robots? Is it because it went through this reinforced glass? Is that the meme here? Interesting. I didn't think it was possible to shoot through reinforced glass, actually, so I'm surprised that even worked. I think we're gonna... Is there a different firing mode? Switch firing modes to auto. Yeah, we're gonna switch to auto, I think. So I'm officially worried. Until you catch her. Oh, dangerously close. What? Oh, he came all the way. Okay. Police bots don't have guns. They're highly resistant to bullets. Oh, well, that would have been good to know. Why wouldn't they have guns? Well, in that case, we're going to run right up to them and then run away. Hear a police siren. Whoop, whoop. Okay, well. Whoa. Hey, buddy. He had a chance to zap me because I put my gun away and then I took out my pike. Oops. Torso's damaged, but none of my stuff got hurt. Fake a strike at a police bot. No, I can do damage with this. This is working. He's zapping me once in a while, but the police union got uppity about sharing kills with robots. Let's see. If I start to... he's very dodgy. I'm missing attacks against him. You know, we're losing stamina. I'm going to run to my car. Alright, buddy. Nice try. This is the benefit of having a vehicle, isn't it? Police bot, iBots. Okay, okay. We use this thing like we're jousting. Let's destroy this iBot. Got him. Is that police bot actually chasing us? Holy crap, it is. You can surrender and then wait out the electric handcuffs? How do you do that? The cyber police are... Oh no, consequences will never be the same. The cyber police are not pleased with me. Riot control... Uh-oh. Non-violent riot control bot designed to suppress riots and make mass arrests of those participating. Those relaxation gas is by far its best known weapon. Carries a blinding flash and a low-powered stun gun for self-defense, in addition to a supply of electronic handguns. Dude, the cyber police are not happy with me at all. Whoa, hold on. What are we going into here? The regional dump? Holy crap, there's zombie technician, crawling zombie. What is all this crap? Canvas bag. I guess this is the garbage. Pickup truck. Yeah, no, I had a couple EMP grenades as the thing. I just I didn't make enough of them. I only had 2, and the first one we threw landed at our feet because I have 0 throwing, and the second one I threw did in fact destroy one of the robots. But I was stymied by my lack of solder, and I didn't want to go hunt down a bunch of electronics to tear apart to get solder. Maybe you can point me in the right direction there. But anyway, let's see if I can just chill out. I see the cops, the Keystone cops are still coming for me. So, and now there's zombies. Shit, there's some shrubbery here. Guys, I think I need to bail. I think this has gone poorly for us. I think we're just going to lure those that sort of army of cop bots in that direction while we go around. Also, let's check out this newspaper page. Myth debunked. Dead are staying dead. Stories about the dead rising are completely unfounded, a general said today. It's an obvious It's an obvious hoax by people just looking for 5 minutes of fame or to scare people in these uncertain times. After all, remember the clown thing a few years ago. Okay. What is this? That's an iBot. You're gonna have to get out of the road, guy. I want to destroy all these robots because I think once I do that, even the iBots might be drawing stuff to my location, right? This police bot coming. Try not to waste my ammo is the thing. Because it seems like, other than those bots, the actual prison bots with the guns and whatnot, we don't make a lot of progress by trying to shoot the other bots. Like, I was told that they're highly bullet resistant, and that definitely seems to be the case. Maybe we should just take the time to craft some EMP. Although we were making some progress with the pike, believe it or not. And I'm reticent to go all the way back to the mansion. Stop driving. Okay, now this is the thing I'm concerned about. He has a stun gun, a blinding flash, and electronic handcuffs. This is one problem with the game. Enemies are nigh impossible until you grind a skill for 6 gorillion hours, and then you can tab through them. Yeah, I think that's a huge problem as well. Honestly, the deep irony is that the most fun enemy in this game to fight, as far as I can tell, is just your basic zombie at the very beginning of the game. Like, it seems like this is a game that is designed such that the first 5 minutes are just loads of fun. And then after that, you've got a problem. Uh-oh. Got an issue. There's a robot in my car. I'm having a problem. We have to turn this thing, because otherwise we're going to hit these trees. Oh, he's coming closer. The wide loads frame rams into the riot control bot. Well, I don't see how that's happening exactly, but okay. As long as it's not destroying my car, that's fine. Alright, we destroyed him. But where's the corpse? Okay, we must have driven over it. Broken riot control bot, okay. This feels a bit strange. I could just like run these dudes over. It seems like it would work out okay. Those are absolutely horrible and locked behind books. There's a story I've read regarding that where supposedly supposedly the problem with that is that someone was going to rework them, and so in preparation for reworking them, it got nerfed. And then they just never bothered to rework it. Like, the guy that was working on it just didn't finish it up. So okay, so we're having a grand old time fighting these guys in the car. I didn't quite realize exactly how many. Holy shit! I didn't realize how many bots I was going to have to fight. Hazy cloud relaxation gas. You inhale the Swedish gas. Is this going to put my ass to sleep? Because I bet it's gonna. You're too pacified to strike anything? The slackness leaves your muscles, okay. Thankfully we're in a vehicle, which pulled us right out of that gas. And I guess there's no long-term effects. So the trick, like with most things in this game, seems to be in a car. It's a human corpse, huh, interesting. Our stamina is very, very low, but I really don't see what else to do other than to keep fighting this guy. I have to wonder if riot control bots are more resistant or less resistant to bullets than the police bots. Good way to make melee better is to simply not wear armor. That's an interesting idea, TS Flip. Wouldn't I just take damage and die? Hey, Turbo Cripple. What is up? We decided to raid... oh god, there's a spider. We decided to raid a prison, not the one we started in, and boy, we're having a rough time of it. It keeps saying I fake a strike at the riot control bot, and I think that's actually a message from Deft. That just means I'm missing, and it means I can attack again faster. So we're missing a lot. So I guess these guys just have, like, absolutely incredible evasion. However, we just escaped. I'm going to put the bot in the trunk. Armor protects you, but the more encumbered you are, the harder it is to connect and dodge. Interesting. Well, we've managed to kill 2 riot bots without too much damage. Our torso is, like, slightly injured, but no big deal, really. In fact, I'm gonna pull apart that first aid kit and use a bandage on the torso. Alright, time to fight this. Time to joust with this thing. General progression of armor is reinforced clothes, leather, survivor. Well, we happen to find this plate armor, which seems really, really strong. So I haven't really bothered with all that. I wonder how good this thing is in melee. It seems like it's all really, like, non-lethal. No hostile creatures in reach. What? Why is he no longer hostile? Late game, don't want to fight enemies with melee. Yeah, I heard that you can just sort of take a billion damage. Your wide load's frame rams into the police spot. It's in the doorway, man. Why is this thing no longer hostile with me for some reason? By the way, I'm ramming into stuff, but my frame is actually fine. Seems like. Alright, well, we're pulling away from this dude. I want my stamina back. Invest in knives and rapiers for melee. You can get like 3 attacks per turn. Oh, dude, he screwed up my car. You ass. He destroyed the headlight. He genuinely did some damage. He destroyed my one and only headlight. How dare you? Okay. I guess I don't have a second headlight? Is that interesting? Yeah, look at that. That's copper wire that came out of my car because he destroyed my freaking headlight. Great police bot. Just destroying my car. Yeah, I know. How dare he? Okay, hold on. We're going to stop driving. I'm going to give him the business. This is weird. If I fight him for a second, this has got to be a glitch. Look at this. Suddenly, after I slap him around with the pike, or try to, he just goes non-hostile. Is this bot malfunctioning, perhaps? Scrap metal, copper wire. Huh. I can't talk to him. It doesn't let me examine him. But I'm just going to attack him until he's dead. Even if he's not hostile. It may be a bug, but I don't know how to fix it. You smashed your headlight, so he has an excuse for pulling you over. Typical police brutality, corrupt cops in this game. That's what happens when you outsource your policing to robots, man. Police bot collapses. Hell yeah. Drop the police bot. Drop the signal receiver into my trunk. I guess we're just gonna leave this scrap behind. He must have crushed my windshield as well, because there's a glass shard here. Headlight, windshield. No, the windshield's fine. I mean, they're injured. Maybe he injured it a little more. He just wants to be your friend? Well, he was attacking me a minute ago. That sounds outrageous, TS Flip. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I mean, once we fight the endgame monsters, I'm not really planning on using melee. Right now, I'm just sort of trying to conserve, what do you call it, like ammo for my guns, because we don't have the books required to reload ammo yet. And frankly, I don't even know how possible that is. Like exactly how much ammo you can get together. Broken riot control bot, chunk of steel. All right. I mean, I heard there's laser weapons in this game, in the super late game, which are powered by solar energy, or can be. So once you get there, I guess you just have endless ammo, but we're not anywhere close to that, I don't think. All right. We're just trying our luck with the Keystone Cops here. Robocops. Oh, wait. There's the riot control bot. Wow, he just pooped. Look at this. Why would he just send a cloud of the pacification gas around him where I am not? Like, that's not my location right now. Okay, we're gonna let him... Oh shit, what did he just do? Did he shoot something at me? I guess not. We're gonna let him into the car. This has worked out well for us before. We're gonna take him for a ride. Ammo's not much of a problem since they made turrets drop like a Guerrillion 5.56. Yeah, I am hoping that some of those bots I destroyed will give me a good bit of ammo of some variety. Because I know those guys have guns. These ones may not, but the ones inside the prison do. At least I think they do. I'm going to feel pretty silly if I shot those guys and they didn't have guns. All right, we are sort of lacking in stamina here. That's okay. We destroyed him anyway. Okay, I'll take the spring, I'll take the bot. Drop the bot. Drop the spring. Wait until I catch my breath. The guns you get by disassembling things are unloaded. But wouldn't they have ammo? I mean, this game is all about realism, right? Surely I can get some ammo off these guys. Or is that not the case? Also, I should put my raincoat on. I am sad because I'm wet. I'm gonna have to activate this towel. Really deep gameplay here. Towel technology. There's actually still a towel rack in this vehicle that I never uninstalled. Let's take a look and see if I can make good use of that. I probably took it apart. Towel rack, no. I must have taken it out of the car. Oh well. TS really wants you to get naked. He does. Yeah, I know that'll increase my morale. For some reason, being enclosed in this game and wet is like the worst thing that a character could ever possibly imagine. But if you're naked, suddenly you think it's great, and your morale goes positive. But I am way too terrified of getting shot to death. What's this now? Is this a riot bot or a police bot? It's a riot bot. Okay. Wide loads frame rams into the control bot. Right, control bot, okay. This is okay, we'll just stop the car and try to kill him. We're doing really good damage with the pike when it chooses to actually hit the thing. Okay, is that the trunk? Yes, it is. Destination area is full. Okay. That particular trunk was full. There we go. I'm gonna take all these bots home and have a grand old time, perhaps. Disassembling them all. I mean, surely we can get some useful stuff out of them, right? I hope. Can't stand when my clothes are soaked enough to stick to. I mean, yeah, it sucks being cold or whatever, but like, or being wet and clothes, but you're in a zombie apocalypse and some rain fell on you. Are you gonna get so depressed that you just kind of sit there and won't even boil water to eat? I mean, there's a line here. I mean, for a game that prides itself on realism, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. I agree, it's not fun though. They should have nerfed the wet status a long time ago. It wears down your morale too fast. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would be okay if it capped out at 15, like most things. You know, that seems pretty fair. It's like a minor but noticeable nerf to your morale. That makes sense. But instead, it's this sort of all-encompassing effect where if you add literally, once it maxes out, if you add literally any further problems, uh, you know, it's the end of the universe basically, and your character refuses to do a damn thing. Maybe Kevin is secretly a cat. Ah, that would explain some things. Someone's planning on changing the weather patterns to make it rain a lot less. Well, that's just avoiding the problem. I mean, that seems fine, I guess, but that particular change seems fine, but I don't... It seems like a roundabout way of dealing with the fact that the system is broken, you know. Also, there is another bot. Oh, whoops, I just wasted like 1,000,000,000 ammo. I forgot to turn off the automatic. Whoops. How do I switch firing modes? S? That would screw the players in the early game, Turbo Cripple says. Yeah, I guess it kind of would, because then you wouldn't, depending on your start, if water's not around, you need to build a funnel, right? To funnel rainwater into bowls or jars or whatever. So I could see that. Okay, tons of 30-06 casings from my completely and totally wasteful use of ammo. You can't actually disassemble weapons. Well, you can't disassemble guns as far as I can tell, but you can unload them. We already have a CX4 Storm, so we're just going to drop that. We're going to unload. Again, you can't disassemble the magazines either, but we will dump the ammo. Now you can disassemble the ammo, and you can get the gunpowder out of it, or the rifle powder, whatever you want to call it. It's not like black gunpowder. That's not what's in modern. You know, simple black gunpowder is not the same stuff exactly that's in modern bullets, but you know, it is explosive powder, so you can get that. And there's a bunch of recipes associated with it. If I search for powder, mixed gunpowder, you just like mix a bunch of crap together, and then you can also make actual black gunpowder, but I don't see that. Maybe I need one of my books for that. Cordite. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I was right. There is ammo here. This is a Stanag magazine. Let's see exactly what kind of ammo that gives us. Is that 5.56? That is NATO 5.56. All right, our 5.56 collection is starting. Now this is way less ammo than we would get out of an actual turret. I think you get like hundreds out of a turret, but still quite good. Let's unload this radio. Now sadly we have no guns that actually use 5.56, so we will have to disassemble one of these Secubots to get the actual 5.56 using firearm, I believe. So first aid kit. Pocket guide to first aid. Don't need that. I'm trying to be good about picking up these casings. Take a look at these books. It's all entertainment stuff. Xanax. I don't think we need to take the Xanax. Take the antiseptic though. Okay. Thankfully, I never took my lockpicks out of my inventory, so we have plenty of those to explore this place. And we'll be able to get through and loot the hell out of this area. Now I hope that we don't have to deal with too many more robots, but we might, you know, we might. Okay. Unload the magazines, unload the magazines. But hey, we have all the ammo we'll probably ever need, huh? You know? Take these Secubots. Oh, that's a lot of... I just realized that is a ton of zombie corpses. I guess these bots have just been slaughtering prisoners, prisoner zombies. Some 223 casing. Oh, it's already pulped. It came pre-pulped. Piercing weapon skill to 3. Well, we've already got 3 piercing. Damaged prisoner corpse. Some of them are already pulped, I think. Probably just from the raw amount of damage that guns do. Just trying to make sure I pulp these corpses, because otherwise they could come back to haunt me. I'm taking the casings because I could reload them later. I'm a little confused why there are 223 casings here, and yet it's 556 is the ammo that I found. That's a little confusing. Maybe the Secubots had two different kinds of weapons. I haven't disassembled one yet, so we don't really know. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all the Secubot corpses that I created, so to speak. 223 and 556 are the same thing. You're right, and I actually knew that. I just wasn't thinking. All right, but why do they label them as two different things in the game, I wonder? That seems confusing for someone who's more of a layman when it comes to firearms. Although, I mean, I don't know, that's kind of another thing about the complexity in this game is there's a lot of things that I think are confusing at first glance. Wow, it takes forever to move these things. Takes like half a minute. I mean, I guess I am dragging around probably like 500 pounds of garbage. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's pull these bots out. I'm going to turn off my flashlight to try not to use the charge too much on the battery. Drag these Secubots outside. We're dragging them over to the car because I have plenty of charge in my car battery, and see, this is one of the cool things about having a forge and a welding station and all that crap inside the car. I can go ahead and I can take these Secubots apart, and I can find out exactly what's in them, and I can maybe leave behind anything that I don't want, because soon my trunks are going to be full. Actually, I have to wonder, this game is wonky like this, I have to wonder if I disassemble the Secubots, will the resulting stuff actually take up less space and less weight than when it's all put together. I would almost be willing to bet money that that's how that works. All right, let's disassemble the least busted Secubot. This one seems to be fully okay, and wow, we get a lot of stuff. Wow, all right. Identification module, interesting. Pathfinding module. I guess maybe we can build our own robots. That would be pretty cool. But the most interesting thing here, well, number one, we're getting some solder, which is nice. Wow, this is taking a long time. I guess we're disassembling a super high-tech robot, so it's not that surprising, but I mean, you're watching the time go by, it took like an hour. All right, there we go. There's our rifle. We need to grab one of those magazines. By the way, there's definitely a basement to this place, because we're hearing stuff. Okay, let's wield this thing. So yeah, this gun has a semi-auto and a burst of 3 shots, I guess. Does not have a fully auto setting, although that's fine with me. If we look at the damage, it does 42, maximum range 36, base aim speed 64. Aim speed is faster with the Browning automatic rifle. The range is much, much longer. And the damage is 62, which is 20 more. But significantly less ammo. So I think we're going to leave our Browning behind. And the M16 is going to be basically what we're using from the time going forward, basically, because it's, you know, being able to reload, having effectively endless ammo is quite nice. 30 shots and then 74 more shots, that's a lot. And I think I may even have the recipes back at the base that I can probably reload the casings and turn them into reloaded shots. So we will see if that's possible, but it probably won't even be necessary as the thing, because there's bound to be more of these things in the prison, you know. But anyway, I'm just kind of curious. We're gonna do a little test. It's not going to be a very scientific test, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to move one Secubot here and one Secubot here, but I want them to be roughly the same damage so that I get the same amount of crap from them. Okay, so here we go. If the M16 and friends isn't top tier, the game is wrong. Most people use ARs in this game, from what I'm told. So, maybe not. I mean, let's be honest, there's an anti-materiel rifle here that does like 126 damage, and since that's basically like the AWP from Counter-Strike, I mean, it's a 50 caliber rifle. Although my understanding is that in real life, 50 caliber rifles are not so much for killing people, but instead it's actually more to like mess up the engine block of a vehicle. Like if a vehicle's coming towards you, you can shoot the engine block, and typically, if you use a regular caliber of rifle, the engine will actually, you can shoot the engine of a car and it will just keep working. Whereas if you use a 50 cal on it, it'll kind of create more of an issue. From what I was reading, I could be wrong on that, but anyway, the test that I was talking about, we're going to look at this, okay? So we see that the broken Secubot weighs 220 pounds, and it uses up about 65 units of volume. Going to destroy Secubot. It will also create issues when introduced to human bodies. Well, I was referring to like what do you call it? Body armor. Like a 50 cal, just by virtue of being bigger, isn't necessarily as good at penetrating armor as a different kind of bullet. I mean, yeah, if you don't have, if you lack protection, then you're screwed either way, of course. Okay, so this definitely, we lost some parts, so it's not a very good test, but we lost like 10 units of volume, and we lost I think a ton of weight. Yeah, like this is only like 80 pounds now, whereas this thing is like 200 pounds. And we can leave, like I was saying, for whatever reason, you cannot disassemble rifles. It's just as far as I know, it's just not possible. So, kind of interesting that we can't disassemble any of these components either. And I have to wonder what the chassis can even do. But yeah, we're going to leave the guns. We're going to leave the guns behind. And we can always come back for them, I guess, if need be. But that'll save me a little bit of weight. So I think we really will go ahead and disassemble everything here. Take out the iBot, take out the right control bot, because I think we really are making space, so to speak. iBot, right control bot, right control bot. We'll just take all this crap out of the car. We're gonna actually sleep in our car. Hopefully nothing comes to say hello in the middle of the night. Oh, this is cool. I just discovered this. These shutter doors, if I open them, they all open at the same time. And if I close them, they all close at the same time, unlike these regular doors. I think I wanted shutter doors on my entire vehicle, basically, rather than regular doors. So that was a bit of a mistake. Anyway, we are normal weight. So before we go to bed, why don't we gorge ourselves on some pistachios here? They call me the pistachio man. It's all I eat. And also have some water. Can you make a treadmill to lose weight? Well, it seems like the thing is, like, it seems like once you get to normal weight, if you just eat a bunch anytime you're hungry, you'll eventually go to overweight, and then you could just starve yourself for a while. So I've just kind of been doing that and yo-yoing between overweight and normal weight, which in real life is horribly unhealthy and you shouldn't do it. But in this game, it doesn't seem to have any horrible effects. Well, let's go to bed. Now, I know that you can haul piles like that TS Flip, but for whatever reason, in the infinite wisdom of the developers of this game, they have decided that it is not possible to haul piles of things in and out of vehicles. So I have to use the advanced item movement thing, the advanced item screen, to sort of jankily get things in and out of my car. And I'd be able to do that a little more easily with my trunk locations if I had more doors on the car, but I just haven't. I haven't tricked out my ride exhibit style quite as much as I probably should have. Which I will at some point. Also, my girlfriend just sort of quietly brought me a protein shake, so thumbs up to her. From the Northeast, here, drop your gun now. Hands in the air. Oh my god, what's going on? Oh, it's just an iBot. I was completely spooked by this iBot because it's flying above the broken Secubot, and I looked at it and it looked like this brand new form of enemy that I hadn't seen before. All right, buddy. For the sin of waking my ass up, you're getting impaled on my pike. I mean, I guess I could move the car if I wanted to, but I don't. Eat some more pistachios. I'm actually running out of food. We're really going to have to go find a source of food at some point, like a long-term thing. Because otherwise, I think starving is possible in this game. Eat My Ferret says that your weight is just calories stored, so presumably when that hits 0, you just die of starvation. And before the sectopod wakes you up, I hope not. Okay, we will stop trying to fall asleep. This is pretty obnoxious. Oh my god. What is happening? How did they get... Oh, they smashed their way through my car. They actually destroyed a chunk of my... This actually doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you why. Because my dude wasn't even asleep. He was trying to fall asleep. These dudes had time to crash their way into my car. What is happening here? Okay. Sir, you are under arrest, as they don't even go through the door. They actually go through like the... Oh my god. They destroyed the the board. They're breaking my... Yeah, they are. The little robot guys are breaking my Lambo. It's very unacceptable. And there's a lot of them. I'm going to find out if riot control bots are resistant to weaponry. Switch firing mode, third burst, regular aim. All right, that killed him. All right, baby. Um, I'm reticent to use such firepower in my car, but I've had it with these guys. There's a Chihuahua. All right, I'm gonna wield my pike again. Man, that sucked. What a bad way to wake up. This looks like the kind of material your 50 cal was made for. That's true. That is true. Although it makes me wonder why were security bots that were designed to shoot people, presumably, um, why why were why were they outfitted with a 50 cal? I am an escaped convict. That is true. They just wanted Lampo. I hope I can fix my car somehow. I don't think I brought any extra materials with me. Very happy I have that gun now. It's pretty cool. I think I got 3 marksmanship from that. I got to level up from that, so okay. Okay, stop driving. Let's look at the damage. Yeah, we're just... Alright, they didn't screw up the wheels. That's the important thing, I think. There's a board missing here. Frame, windshield. Or no, maybe they just destroyed the windshield. Yeah, this is just the windshield. That's what they destroyed. They came in through the windshield. That's interesting. So if I can actually just... I can just remove this windshield. And I could put a board on there, but that's kind of blocked. Do I have tools? I have most of my tools with me, yeah. I was at least smart enough to do that. I didn't take my like hardcore tools like forging type stuff, but okay, we can put a windshield in. We just need a pane of glass, which we can take from one of these windows right here. Hey, Sir Light, how you doing, man? Good to see you in the stream today. Okay, it said disassembled. I'm a little confused. It says it's disassembled, but where did the stuff go? Oh, there it is. Sheet of glass. Time to fix my Lambo here. Oh, we need the welder. Wait, that's fine. We have one in here. Let's weld this windshield in. Your YouTube video covers are definitely something. Hey, I worked hard on those. You know, I had a guy insult me for those a little while ago. Which is funny, because almost everybody else is like, man, these are pretty funny. But he was just like, oh, it's not creative enough. Are you not entertained? Come on. It's like the ultimate photoshopping skill required to make those terrible covers. The ultimate in Google image search technology is needed to put stuff together like that. Alright, so here's all our broken robots that we successfully destroyed. Again, let's get the gun away. You know, they added a like a fouling mechanic to rifles, to any gun actually. I'm not playing the version of the game with that, but it sounds horrible. Now you have to actually clean your guns on a regular basis if you want to keep using them, which is just like another layer of tedium, which I don't think anybody is actually going to enjoy. But the interesting side effect to that, oh wow, it does. It takes 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to butcher the riot control bot. I wonder if I drag a table out here, if that'd be faster. That's incredible that takes that long. But yeah, I mean, the interesting side effect of that is like turrets, robots, and things like that will you know, they kind of put themselves in a corner because now Wow, I just covered the thing that I wanted in rubble. But yeah, turrets and robots are going to have gun fouling too, and then they're just not going to be able to shoot. Oh, the Scythe Deep Dwarf Riot one. Yeah, people wanted to see the Deep Dwarf with the, you know, with the Scythe. Okay, let's try to crush this other one. I'm trying to get this, something to craft on. There we go. Rather have to worry about gun upkeep than experience levels in a game like this. Okay, I'll agree with that. That's, I think that is a good point. HYH of teleglitch? I don't know what that means. Alright, so it still takes 2 hours to disassemble these robots, which means we might be at this for a couple days. I'm not sure what the deal with that is, why it takes so long. But if it means I can carry more of these things back to the mansion in one sitting, then that's great. On the other hand, we're sort of running out of cashews to eat. Imagine surviving just off like peanuts, cashews, and almonds for several days in a row. Sounds kind of horrible. We could get some pretty good food actually if we wanted to. We could go out to the swamp and eat some cattail starch. That's pretty filling if need be. All right, let's butcher the riot control bot. We're getting a bunch of solar cells. I think that's probably the most important thing here. Okay, Prepaid Linen says, the allure of this game is exploring all this stuff, and the RPG part seems to be in the way of the meat. I think I would agree with that statement. I mean, it's very easy for me to keep saying the game doesn't know what it wants to be, but at some point I think you kind of have to state, well, what does the game want to be? What is the best direction? And my understanding is that roughly about the time Kevin took control, the overall direction of the game sort of turned sideways and went somewhere else, in like a more of a realism direction instead of an exploration, post-apocalyptic like sandbox, but not like grindy sandbox. Like I think I tend to agree that the if this game was living its best life, so to speak, I really do think it would have a focus on constantly moving. Like you're going from place to place. You're living a nomadic life. You're not like sitting in one spot grinding up a bunch of crap and reading books and trying to level up. I mean, talk about unrealistic. I mean, I know it's just like an abstraction or whatever, but nobody levels up in real life, Um, and I know you have to represent that one way or another, but I mean, would the game really suffer? I wonder if everybody just had access to any recipe that they happen to find without all the leveling crap, or if you just happen to be the same with your gun at any point, rather than tediously shooting at a wall until your experience level goes up. I mean, sure, it's realistic. Like if I go to the range and I do that every day for a month, I'm going to be a better marksman than if I didn't. But I mean, is that good game design? When you're kind of, I mean, I've started kind of calling this menuing systems of the game, because a lot of this game is just going through menus and hitting the same buttons over and over. Is this game something in the middle between DCSS and Dwarf Fortress? I don't think I would really compare this to Dwarf Fortress, really. Honestly, Dwarf Fortress is almost in a class of its own. I struggle to even think of a game that you could even start comparing to Dwarf Fortress, other than maybe, well, definitely No Moria, which was this tiny little indie game that was, I think, meant to be Dwarf Fortress Light. But I mean, my MC Minecraft? I don't know, just the way that Dwarf Fortress works, and it's really interesting to me. DF Adventure Mode is okay, fair enough. DF Adventure Mode is similar to CDDA. I'm talking more about like just the actual base game of not CDDA of Dwarf Fortress. It's very interesting actually, and I really should play it on stream sometimes, but it's just so complicated. Like I have to wonder if that would even be fun to stream. But I mean, the hands-off aspect of it is really interesting to me. The fact that you don't really directly control your dudes. I mean, you kind of do, but you don't. They have a mind of their own, and they will freak out and have a riot for no particularly good reason once in a while. Dwarf Fortress with like 5 minutes of gameplay was an ASCII SimCity survival sandbox. That's basically correct, but the difference between that and a game like this is that, you know, in Dwarf Fortress, you're controlling. You could say that you're controlling a bunch of guys, but you could also say that you're controlling 0 guys. In terms of like very direct control is not really a luxury that you have in some cases. Whereas like in a traditional game, like let's say CDDA, you know, I've got my one dude, and I can walk around and I can tell him to do whatever I want very, very directly, you know. Sounds like Majesty. I have not played that. All right, so let's I just discovered something interesting, which is that even if these things are different levels of damage, they take the same amount of time to disassemble. Disassemble everything 1 week. That's only if I take apart the parts as well, though. Let's just keep taking apart the robots. It shouldn't take too much longer. It's an RTS with indirect unit control. You buy units, but you do not tell them to own everything. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like to stream some different games like that. You know, different genres, things that are perhaps a little bit uncommon. Play as a king and you place bounties on enemies. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds like my dream life. Okay, keep disassembling. So there's 6 more hours worth of Sekibots, and then like a couple of iBots. And the cool thing is, once we're done disassembling this crap, we're probably going to have solder for days, you know. So any kind of electronics work we want to do, we'll have access to it. It's a Russian game? Well, I assume it's been translated into English though, right? Great Russian localization, yeah. That's another interesting thing to me about games in general is like localizations, how much effort people put into making their game actually look good in other countries, you know. You make a game for English speakers, and do you get you know, proper translators and things? It kind of makes me wonder, you know, somebody from the other side of the world maybe will never be able to appreciate how good certain games are because the localization sucks, you know. And it's just interesting to me because you saw a lot of that in the early years of gaming. Things like Woolseyisms, you know, Ted Woolsey doing the translations for Nintendo games, I think. Well, Final Fantasies and things, so games on the Super Nintendo, I should say, back in the day. But I mean, that's one of the things that, from the translation to the Japanese to English, gave some of those games a certain amount of charm. You know, certain liberties were taken with the translation, and I'm sure that happens when you're translating from, you know, any language to another language. Also, I keep forgetting to tell my dude to sleep on the bed in the back of this RV instead of the seat. We would be a little more cozy if we did that. But anyway, this is like a perfect example of you know, what we're doing right now. I think this is a great example of what I would say is wrong with CDDA. You know, we've spent 2 days-ish of in-game time, and probably, what, like 20 minutes, would you say, on the same screen, just cutting robots apart. And you know, I don't think this is like, it's not the end of the world or whatever. And part of it is because it seems like we're experiencing a lot of slowdown. Actually, I think we very well might be on top of a lab based on how slow time is passing. I might want to turn off Z levels. Um, but yeah, I mean, we didn't have to cut these things off. We could have chosen not to. But I mean, we're incentivized to do so because it seems like it's a bunch of really useful robot parts, right? Suspected misdemeanor. The iBot takes your picture. All right, buddy. How many robots? Exactly how many robots are here? Bye-bye. Millwright simulator. Dark days ahead. You don't see many people do this? Well, we don't have to do this. We can stop. Oh, we have robots coming. So this is interesting. The robots are just sort of coming from miles around. So does the game spawn them? Does the game spawn them whenever you piss off an iBot? Does it just sort of make them show up out of nowhere? Or were these things actually in the quote-unquote reality bubble, and that's like an area around your character where things actually happen? So it does spawn them. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Ceramic armor plate. We'll come back. This sounds like a pretty good. Honestly, this sounds like a great spot to come back to offline and to cut all this crap up. So we'll just put all of the goodies into the trunk. The chassis, all the modules, all the power converters and stuff, all the solder. And maybe that stuff will be useful. Just to fill up our trunk with this stuff. And then we're going to go exploring inside the prison. The fact is, we've got a really awesome supply of... I mean, I want these solar cells. Really awesome supply of ammo, so we should be able to take just about anything. Any kind of problem that rears its ugly head. Not sure how to send over an entire stack of things. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't know it. Drag this to the other side of the car. M to move everything in a stack. Okay, thank you. Because I learned last time that the comma is what moves everything, in the entire, I see. Nice, nice. In this entire screen, but cannot move any more chassis, plural. Okay, our car is full. I'm just going to check and make sure it can still swim. It can. We'll deal with the rest of this crap off camera. Alright, so it's time to go in. We've got our trusty M16, 30 bullets inside of that, 59 more rounds in our pockets. Hopefully we meet some more robots for me to destroy. You can also select an item from the inventory and press F to favorite them, which won't be selected by comma, so you can drop everything except your everyday carry. That's really useful, thank you. Alright, so I'm not going to bother with the rest of the prison except for the downstairs, because what I really want here is to find out if there's a lab. That's the interesting thing, right? Okay, there's some equipment. There's a Remington shotgun beanbag. Beanbag round for shotguns, not deadly, but designed to disable. We can probably take that apart and still get some kind of powder out of it. Tear gas. Hell yeah. Does that work on zombies, I wonder? I doubt it. Highly incapacitating gas. Huh. So I guess this is the tactical room, the same place that in the island prison we found armor. And a tonfa. Do you know the reasons they cut off the tri-zap and Q-zap from DCSS? Did there used to be triple and quad zaps? I didn't know that. I thought it was always just double. Do you know that you can now use W to put a waypoint on the overworld map to fast travel? Is that so? I don't have the version of the game. I haven't updated in a little while, so I don't have that, but that is that's really interesting. Huh. So does it... I assume it still takes the same amount of time that it otherwise would, but that seems kind of broken, I guess. Holy shit, you guys, that's a lot of zombies. Huh. Is this stuff made of wood? Is the prison floor made of wood? Because I'm tempted to make some Molotov cocktails, but we don't, we need to siphon some gas out of our car. It's less fast travel and more auto travel. Are you saying that it actually watches your dude walk through? Run away? Yeah, I'm tempted to run away. I mean, we could take all this with the pike if we wanted to. But I want to explore the rest of this prison. I'm tempted to just burn this place down and kill them all that way. You know? But hey, you know what? Let's wield our pike. Okay, they came way quicker than I thought they would. I shouldn't tab like this is DCSS and I'm like a mibby. Let's see how many show up here. Probably not very many of them because Z levels are busted. You hate the new gauntlet? It's dumb. Tell me your thoughts on the new gauntlet. Why do you hate it? Because I've heard a lot of opinions on it, and I am interested to hear what other people have to say about it. Because it's not a lab and you want lab pack. Fair. Okay. Makeshift grenade. I haven't made any grenades yet. Honestly, I really just want to burn the basement down. I feel like it's a way to deal with this. It's a death trap within any control whatsoever. So I'm going to tell you, I did labs, some of them. Hey, check this out. Complete safety. I can stab them through the bars with my pike. This is the life right here. Here's the true moves, because they can't, Wow, this is cheesy as hell. Because I can just, like, get endless skill this way, right? It's kind of outrageous. Hacker. Cheating. That's right. But yes, Sir Light. My problem with gauntlets is that I see it as kind of a rich get richer sort of scenario where you go in there and if your character's already really strong, then he can do it. But a significant amount of the time, your character goes in there, and he's not strong, and he cannot safely do it. And the reality of what results there is that you just have to leave and you don't get any stuff. You know, we're moving very slowly because we're super tired from stabbing so much, but it doesn't matter because they can't touch us. So that was easy. Felt a little bit like cheating, but that's fine. Did we get a bunch of piercing, I wonder? Yeah, like 40% skill. Pretty good. Smash these corpses. Is there any ammo here? I wonder. Brass knuckles. Guess it'd be better if I just looked through this. Plus 18 shields. But yeah, I will say this, that gauntlets are definitely doable. You know, they're not... Damn, that's a big battery. They're not like impossible to do, you know? Um, if you have the right consumables, it can be worth doing. Like even on my big long, world record streak, I sometimes took the risk of doing a gauntlet. And while I don't necessarily think that it was optimal, I'm not sure if it was the worst decision in the world either. Um, on account of the fact that, like, it never killed me, and I don't think I ever was really in a situation where I thought it would kill me. But if you were sitting there watching the stream when that happened, you probably would have seen me sitting in the same screen for like 20 minutes, just sort of talking my way through. Do I want to do this or not? You get to decide your opponents. It's not any different than finding Volcano when you're wearing Ice Dragon Scale. Well, that's an interesting combination, or an interesting comparison. I would say that, I mean, yeah, if you know what's coming, it's, I don't know, I can't find it in me to really hate gauntlets. I just think that they're not terribly balanced. Um, like, I think that, in general, rich get richer mechanics in the game are probably not good. I mean, right now, the formula, you're doing a basic calculus. Like, can I get this loot without dying? That's the first thing you ask. And then the second thing you ask is, can I get this loot without dying, and what's the price that I'm paying? So am I paying in consumables? And generally, about the time that you reach a gauntlet, your average character is either not going to be able to do it safely whatsoever. By the way, for people who are here for CDDA, I'm talking about Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is a roguelike that I play, that I'm more known for. I've just been doing CDDA lately. But anyway, what I was saying is you're gonna have to spend some resources, probably, right? So how many resources am I using to be able to safely do it? And this is assuming you can safely do it, which I really don't think most characters can, no matter what consumables they have. But let's say you have the right consumables and your character is not so weak that he's just going to die. Now the question you have to ask is, the consumables that I spend, are they worth whatever items I'm going to find in there? But the thing is, unless you're worshipping Ashanzari, you don't actually know what what is in the what are the items? What are the artifacts? So you might see like an artifact. You might see like an artifact cloak, but it could also be absolute garbage. You don't know. You don't know. So your whole calculation is off. You don't know if it's even worth going in there. Smoke some crack to get your focus up. Find an MP3 player. Well, we have an MP3 player right here. I've heard of people using these. Should I be using them all the time, I wonder? I guess I'll put this high-capacity battery in. Was that an empty battery? I guess we'll grab that. MP3 player. Where did it go? Am I blind? Search for it. It's under tools, right? I don't understand why I can search for it, but I can't actually activate it. It says it's under tools, so we'll go by one. Oh, there it is. Activate. You put in the earbuds and start listening to music. Well, Donamo, that's a risky move, depending on what's in there, but I could definitely see that being true, depending on what shows up. What is this advice? Iron Masot, I'm actually not talking about CDDA. Someone, Sir Light came in and was talking about an area in a different game that I play. It's a roguelike called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. And I was talking about this relatively new area that was put into the game, and kind of some of the balance around it. and some of my arguments that maybe it's a little badly balanced, even if I like the basic concept. Oh, the advice, the crack, and the MP3 player. That is an interesting combination. I don't think that smoking crack is probably the best move for this character, considering he has an addictive personality. So, considering that the crack is probably going to make you addicted anyway, my character is pretty much guaranteed. Okay, so we're still exploring this basement. I'm really hoping there's a laboratory beneath here, because then we can start, we can explore some super duper end game content. Wow, look at this. Visions in Solitude, a small book detailing visions a prisoner had on death row. Maybe my character wrote that. Laptop computer. Guess I'll grab this. Addictions only matter if you try to stop smoking crack. I hope you don't go to like an AA meeting and tell them that. No, bro, just avoid the DTs by continuing to drink. Seems like questionable advice. Just saying. Smash through these doors. Actually, why am I smashing these? I have a crowbar. What a waste of stamina and time. Chemistry textbook. We already have one of those. Gallon jug of ammonia. I guess I can grab this. I don't really need it. I don't know what I would do with that, but we have a chemistry. We took the chemistry, the mobile chemistry set out of the meth RV or whatever, the meth lab. So maybe we can do some chemistry soon. Found the laundry room. Ammonia is used to cook up mutagen. Yeah, see, that's what I want to do soon. Is I want to explore that, because one of the only, and this sounds like kind of a dickish things to say, but one of the only things in this game that I find to be interesting is the mutation system, and it's kind of unfortunate that it's locked behind like 4 billion hours of crafting and kind of grinding skills up and finding recipes and things like that. Because if you could get to it sooner, I think it would be better for the overall game, Hello, got some food here. Eat these canned beans and this ravioli and this salmon. Just gonna gorge myself on prison food. This is where we started the game, right? So, pickled meats, all right. Just gonna get real fat again. Pork and beans. Nice. Meat soup. Pretty good. Drink the cooking oil, it's good calories. I don't think my guy's going to like that very much, but I could. Joy minus, that's vegetable cooking oil. I think you're thinking of animal cooking oil for the high calories. Joy negative 25. I don't know about that. To my understanding, you need to already be endgame ready to survive the labs before you can really get into mutations. Now, I think that this character can survive the labs. We're very powerful. We have the ability, if we want to, we can make EMP grenades. In fact, we made some. We have this big-ass gun. I mean, I'm pretty confident this dude could survive a lab. In fact, with great care, I'm pretty confident there's not a whole lot left in the game that could kill this character unless I make a mistake. Which, of course, is something that's very easy to happen. Okay, this is solitary, I guess. Oh, no, this is the yard. There's grass out here. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder... Well, that doesn't make any damn sense at all. How is there grass underground? And then it's not like a pit, if you look upstairs, there's more cells. That is weird. Anyway, I'm gonna keep exploring this place. I think, actually, hold on. I'll zoom out is what I'll do. Have we found, if we looked at everything at the top right, there could be... Could be a path, but I doubt it. I don't think we got the lab. What a shame. Nope. Nope, no lab. No lab unless it's like literally behind this wall. Interesting. Hey, we got a lot of robot parts though. So we'll take those home, I guess. Well, you don't remember when the lab entrance? You mean where? I guess it's possible there could be like another way downstairs, but I don't think so. Pretty sure it's just all connected. What is this now? Smoke? Is the place on fire? It's just smoke, but there's no fire. Smoke all up in this thing. That's weird. Smokers up? Well, no, this is too early, isn't it? For there to be special zombies? Then again, the smoke is reaching out at me, so kind of questionable. I don't want to be in the smoke, do I? Or it's not hot though, it's just smoke. I just see prisoner zombies. I don't see like a special kind of zombie. You're 41 days in, not that early anymore. Ah, they evolve fast, huh? I see a tough zombie. I see tough zombie, I see tough zombie. I do not see smoker zombie. Okay, what's the deal with this smoke? It doesn't seem to affect me that badly. I wonder though. It's probably an item that helps me deal with this, like a gas mask or something, but we haven't found one. I'm trying to kill these dudes. Breathing smoke is bad for stamina. Makes sense. I wish you were hurt. Oh, my torso. What happened there? Oh, yeah. Well, I know we're listening to Latin Clown Wave, apparently. We're bored of waiting, so you stop. Alright. Well, interesting. I think we're just going to bail on this prison. I don't think that there's a lab in here. Let's turn our flashlight off. It is nighttime. We are tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this busted up first aid kit. We are going to activate a bandage. Great. Probably turn our MP3 player off. We'll sleep for the night. Hopefully no more robots show up. Yep, I turned it off. Alright, so I'm choosing to declare victory and say that we defeated the prison. So, where to next? Other than, of course, the mansion where I'm going to drop off all these electronics and I can fool around with those offline. We could go to that, I mean, I'd bring up the map, but... Oh man, I wonder why it takes so long to sleep here. Could it just be the small number of zombies in a Z level below this? It's almost enough to make me want to just turn off experimental Z levels entirely, like forever. But, okay, here we go. Great audiobook player that auto turns itself off after 5 minutes. That sounds cool. Okay, here we go. Goodbye, Secubot. Oh, there we go. He knows my name now. Citizen Fat Bastard. Drop your weapon now. Nope. Goodbye. I'm going the wrong way though. Let's take our RV, magical RV boat onto the water and back to our mansion so we can drop off all of our fancy electronics. Yeah, that's right. You're jealous, aren't you, Iron Masot, of my beautiful boat RV? But the reality is, this bad boy is just covered in boat hulls, and so we can drive on the water like James Bond himself. It's a beautiful thing. Oh shit. You know what's not a good thing is when I try to drive and smash into a rose bush. I hope we didn't mess anything up. Okay, we're back on the road. Here we go. Just play the Earthbound bus theme in your head while we do this, I guess. James Bond. James Bond. Alright, Turbo Cripple, thank you for coming by the stream, man. Much appreciated. Have a good night. Okay, we're coming back into our little area here. My car is basically a Top Gear episode. See, I was thinking of it more like Exhibit, Pimp My Ride type stuff, but that's acceptable too. Oh, whoops. I want to move everything out onto the grass here. So police bot chassis, power converter. Oh wait, I can just press M. I've learned a new trick. Actually, I want all of this stuff out. Okay. Yep. The steel canisters, all this module, all the stuff from the robots. It's going away. Perfect. And there's one more set of stuff. Oops. Yep, that's right. Okay, we want to leave our food that we were traveling with, but make sure we get all the robot stuff. Because I know if I'm not careful, I'm going to leave a bunch of crap in this car. Perfect. So, thankfully this game is not actually all that realistic. If we leave all these electronics out in the rain, they'll be just fine. We siphoned some gas out of a vehicle in front of that place, and so we're actually doing really well. We're actually doing really, really well on gas, still half full, which is quite nice. We also still have the storage battery, which is almost full of charge. It's great. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying not to injure this thing too much, because that storage battery is quite damaged, so we don't want it to leak. If we could fill that thing up to 40,000 charge, we could take it out of this car and put another one in, and then just have a super sick 40,000 units of power to use for whatever, Nice car indeed. Thank you, Blue. It's my pride and joy. All right, where should we go? We started out in this prison. We've raided this prison. We live in this mansion. We have raided this lighthouse over here. My inclination is to go check out this office tower in this city that's, chock full of zombies, because I want to, that'll like give me an idea of what all is around if I can get on top of that thing. On the other hand, I don't know what's in office towers. I know that there's collapsed towers around it, so I don't know if that tower is even standing. I haven't looked in person. There could be turrets or something around it. I really don't know. But it's the only real landmark. That city, this city up here is the only real landmark that we haven't looked at. Oh, hey, you guys. There's been a science lab right on the map the whole time. Mostly there was just food inside Blue. Like a lot of food, a ton of clean water. You could live in a lighthouse for a good long while. Um, I don't remember if there were any tools inside, but I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, tons of food. That was nice. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lab. Is that normal? Is that normal for there to just be like a science lab on the top of the map that you just know about? I mean, that's weird, right? Also, lights. Oh yeah, there's lights in the lighthouse. I didn't. Is that like a joke, or can you actually take apart the machinery on top and get some kind of useful lighting type stuff? Because I did not do that. That's how you find labs. They're just right on top of the map. See, I thought that's weird. Why would it tell you? It would seem like part of the challenge would be to find out where it is. Like, I don't think that it would be common knowledge where the secret government lab is, right? That's interesting. I guess we're gonna head over there. Maybe. On the other hand, I don't have any EMPs, and I'm probably gonna need those to deal with a genuine turret. So perhaps I shouldn't. Maybe it's not a secret government lab. You know what? I think we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if my M16 is capable of killing turrets. I'm gonna assume the answer is no, and we may end up dying in the attempt. All right, time to show off the amphibious capabilities of my vehicle again. You don't think they were that big of a secret even pre-Cataclysm? I thought that it was like a whole cover-up, like hush-up kind of situation. You know, like I thought the news articles suggested that like the government was trying to hide all this stuff. Yeah. So blue. If I examine the vehicle and go into the ASCII mode, if you look all down the center line of this thing, one, two, three, the three tiles on the center, I have either wooden or metal boat hulls on every single tile. So I just took like an existing RV and tricked it out, more or less. There's also a refugee center in this game, by the way. That's one of the things I wanted to show off. Um, but you have to find it. Yeah, building the car can be a little bit tedious, and it's kind of like annoying to get the mechanics together to do it. But pretty rewarding, I think, when you get to be able to do wacky stuff like this. You just stole them, yeah. Well, they come so busted, you know. Twin engine. Oh, what's this now? Uh-oh. Fungaloid. We got some fungaloids. Oh, we're deaf. We are deaf for a while. From the northeast and below, you hear kaboom, X2, your eardrums suddenly ache. Well, it's a little too late, but can we make some earplugs? Is that a thing we can do? We would need to have a pair of earplugs to make attached earplugs. What's the noise canceling headgear? It's probably not fire. It's probably turrets shooting underneath. The more secret labs show up in the basements of random houses, I see. Did you ever take that MP3 player? Yeah, I picked it up. I was using it in the prison, but now it's useless to me because I am deaf for a good long while. I understand that the deafness thing is like actually stacking, so we may be deaf almost forever. I meant to ask if you took it out. Yeah, I'm not using it anymore, but I don't think that using the MP3 player actually blocks that kind of sound. I will say that this is lame as hell, because what this is a turret firing, I think. So it says from the northeast and below, you hear kaboom. So this actually doesn't make any damn sense. Like if someone shoots off a gun underground from like half a mile away, you're probably not going to hear it. You know, like if you're in a car half a mile away above ground and someone shoots off a gun underground, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, I really probably should have noise canceling headgear on. It's an experimental Z-level feature. Well, it's experimentally bad. Not to complain too much, but could we get this crap together quickly up here? Probably not. I think I'm just going to deal with the deafness, I guess. Spores are released from the fungaloid. So, why is he off on his own, but there's no fungus anywhere? I'm a little confused. I think I'm going to shoot him. Probably one of them 50 cal turrets. I hope so, because I want it. I want the ammo. I want the giant pile of ammo that's in there. Okay, let's change the firing mode to semi-auto. Okay, so we killed that. They can end your game from 50 tiles away. Even when I'm in plate mail? I mean, yeah, I guess that was my understanding. Trying to destroy the spore cloud very far away with this pike. And that avoids me getting dusted. Right? Okay. So, Mr. Fungaloid, you come over here. I see that a single tile of fungus here has shown up. We are going to burn that out. Lost the item you were using to start the fire. Don't lie to me. Are you actually in plate mail? I actually am, and the place that I found it was actually this mansion. He had, I don't know, it was some kind of medieval armor weeb. He had a book on Japanese armor making. Here, let me drop my. Here, we'll zoom in. So I'm wielding a pike that I found in there. That'll tell you a little something. I'm wearing a raincoat. We dropped the raincoat. Boom! Plate armor, baby. We also found a mace in there, but I like the pike better because it gives me reach and lots of it. Okay, to perform a full butchery on a corpse this big, you need a butchering rack, a nearby hanging meat hook, or both a long rope in your inventory and a nearby tree. I thought that I had a long rope that I was just carrying around. Do I not do that anymore? Big mistake. Okay. Let's just do a quick butchery, I guess. Fungal fluid sac. That's what we want. I heard this was really good. Building a pike's pretty cool, yeah. Fibrous stalk. I forget that. So you could survive off these things if you wanted to. I don't want to eat the fungus chunks. That'll make you sick, I think. Alien fungus chunk. Eating unfamiliar mushrooms is a bad idea, it says. But eating fluid sacs from a mysterious alien is totally fine. So yeah, you could entirely survive off mushrooms if you were so inclined. Maybe I can grow some alien ears to replace my shitty deaf ones. Well, actually, not alien ears, but you can get robot ears, you know, Grandma's Boy style, if you've seen that movie. Hello. This is the lab. So I bet you none of the walls are destroyed. You can get elf ears. Oh yeah, that's true. You can mutate yourself into like an elf, can't you? Oh, we're not deaf anymore. I guess that deafness didn't last very long. Okay. Very cool. What's that extra frame for on the van? Are you talking about the wacky looking little bar here, that is actually a forklift arm. I attached that so I could get, I think I was trying to get a battery or something out of another vehicle. Time to put in the MP3 music? Yes, it is. Good point. A death sentence. In real life, your ears would not magically heal from that. I think you would be deaf forever if you fired a 30-06 indoors. Or, well, I don't know. My understanding is that your ears, like your eardrum can heal, but it's not, when the scar tissue really, you're going to lose some permanent hearing to some degree. Okay. What music are we listening to? It will tell me after a few minutes. It actually just says you start listening to music, but it's going to let me know exactly what I'm hearing. My morale's definitely up. I'm a pyromaniac, so I enjoyed lighting the fire and spending time near it. And the music is, whatever it is, it's some hot beats. Anyway, I was smart enough to take this pickaxe with me. So I could... Honestly, I bet the pickaxe will smash through the concrete wall faster than it will smash through the metal door. We are listening to some dramatic classical music. All right, I'm gonna do this, and I really hope that I don't crack this thing open, and then there's just like a freaking turret right there waiting to kill me. But that would be an interesting and abrupt end to our boy here. Oh, there's a zombie. Okay. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Surprisingly buff zombie there. Oh hell, hey, that is computer science 101. And also, I was trying to say hell yeah and oh baby at the same time there. Anyway, the reason why that's good is we already have a computer book that we couldn't understand because we don't have any computing. This thing takes your computers to 3 on its own. We can hack into computers with that, I think, which is really important inside of labs, if I recall correctly. Although, perhaps less so, since we have the ability to just pickaxe our way into any area that we want. So maybe I don't need to be too excited about that. Okay, pickaxe. Sadly, I don't think that it stored my progress on cutting this wall up. Okay, exactly. All right, how many zombies are here? I think my pickaxing is attracting them. Where are they coming from? There's a forest out here. Like, they're just sort of coming out of nowhere. Oh, hey, he had peanuts. Let's eat his peanuts. Take that, zombie. I ate all your peanuts. Take a multivitamin too. Gotta stay healthy in the post-apocalypse. Take his laptop. Alrighty. Okay, start picking the wall again. Heard a huge explosion. Stop mining. Nope. Too busy listening to my pumping bass, my island laser psychedelic, my amazing vocals, my sweet guitar solo, my dramatic classical music. This is this dude's playlist has quite a collection. It's a very diverse collection of music this dude liked. Whoever's MP3 player this was. Oh, you son of a bitch! It's just the rebar cage. I forgot about this. If I use my pick, I end up with a rebar cage, and then I destroy that, and then there's like a pit there, I think, and then there's like another wall behind it. This will take forever. I'm gonna roll the dice on just cutting through the door itself. But we're gonna do this at least somewhat more intelligently. I'm gonna activate it from the side like this. And we're going to see how long this takes. It takes about an hour, so it's actually about the same amount of time as cutting through a wall. But it's actually less time because when you cut through the wall, the concrete wall, you get a rebar cage in your way when you're done. And you'd have to cut through that too, which I think the pickaxe can do, but, you know. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have to wonder, can we do it? Switch firing modes to third burst. I'm only going to do regular aim because I don't trust myself not to get shot here. Oh no! Oh no, it's not like the other robots. Well, we survived. We did survive. But holy crap, he almost killed us. So we got hit in the head. He shot us like 8 times. He managed to scratch my plate armor. He actually, one of the bullets destroyed one of the wooden boat hulls on my RV. That's no good. Yeah, man, we almost died. My head's quite hurt. I wonder how you even repair plate armor. Repaired with a needle? That doesn't make any sense. A welder or a makeshift welder, that makes more sense. Okay, so, first of all, did I even hit this thing uninjured? So we did a burst shot, and I guess we just missed with all 3, so that sucked. I'm going to move away so he can't see me. This is a bit of a problem. I don't know if... Can he see me from here? Yes, he can. I don't know if we can take our car, dude. Are you not wearing a helmet? I am. I'm wearing a great helm, actually. It just didn't protect me. Whoa! Okay, well that's interesting. I didn't know he would be able to shoot me without, I thought that like once you leave their line of sight, they have to like recognize you again and you get a turn. But that is a lie. Alright. Alright. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, turret. We're leaving our car behind. We'll come back for it at some point. AI too smart is true. Wow, that is rough, man. I like how just a stray bullet shot off one of the hulls on this thing. Yeah, no, the car is our best friend. Our tricked out exhibit vehicle is our best friend, but man, these turrets are no joke. Time to use some bandages, I guess. And some antiseptic on my poor bleeding head with a bullet wound in it. And my chest with a bullet wound in it. And my left leg with a bullet wound in it. Got any scrolls of fog? See, scrolls of fog, if such a thing was in this game, would be pretty solid, but sadly, no. So I think what we have to do, probably only survive because of all that armor. Yeah, I think so. So we've learned a couple things. Okay, this was a learning experience. We learned that it is not guaranteed that if you leave line of sight that they'll take a turn reacquiring you. Like apparently you have to go further away or you have to spend more time out of their line of sight or something. I'll figure that out. We also learned that unlike the crappy little prison bots, yes, I did get the laptop from the comp size zombie. We have 2 of them now, so maybe we can make a control laptop and take control of the bot. But yeah, what we also learned was, yeah, unlike those prison bots, we don't have time to fire, and for them not to fire on us necessarily. So we really could have easily died here. We almost did die here. Let's take an aspirin. That'll do it. Three bullet wounds Just a quick aspirin will take the pain away. Alright, so leaving our vehicle behind because we have to. I mean, I guess I could... You know, I wonder if I could cheese this. I bet you I can cheese this. Check it out. So you can't see me here. I wonder, could I build a door or something here? Steel plating. Good thing you're still in a good mood. Yeah, our smiley face. It's the music, man. No matter how many bullet wounds you take, if you've got some island jazz, you know, psychedelic or whatever playing, you're just thumbs up, good to go, I guess. Can we build a log wall, I wonder? We need a tool with digging for that, which we don't have. I just want to build like a wall or something that blocks the line of sight so that I can get in my damn car. And weirdly enough, we could easily make a wall right here without him being able to see me. But build junk metal wall using spot. We don't have the metal on us, or do we? We do. We do. We would need pipes and stuff, though. We don't have that. Rammed earth wall. Don't have the stuff for that. What's the easiest way for me to block the line of sight here? I'm just trying to put something that will block the turret's line of sight where I had that metal door before. Oh, here we go. This is easy enough. 12 rocks. Okay, we can get 12 rocks. I will get as a rock wall. Wait, what was it now? Stone wall, perhaps? What was it called? Not concrete, stone wall. So half built is 12, and then fully built is another 12, so we need 24 rocks total. We can do this. Ironically, we can do this by tearing apart the concrete, but actually I think well, how many stones do we have already from that one piece of the wall that we broke? I think we have like 17 already. Yeah, 17, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bust up another piece of the wall, and it'll be a grand old time. We'll see if this works out. Just casually getting some mining done, you know, Minecraft style, with bullet wounds in my body. Also, I think I took a fourth bullet, come to think of it. Our left arm is a little bit hurt. So I'll probably use a bandage on that too. Oh yeah, some popular brass polka. It's my favorite kind of music in real life. You don't like the Vormithrax tree life hack either? I don't know this life hack. Would you care to enlighten me, sir? Is there some kind of shenanigans I can do with trees? Don't forget your protein. That's true, man. You use a pickaxe for 3 hours, you're gonna have some upper body strength if you manage to eat enough protein and calories afterwards. Oh, crap. Okay. Stop hauling items. What is this now? Tough zombie? Damn, dude, I cannot catch a break. Okay. I was gonna say, I know we can kill these guys. The refillable lighter, we'll unload that, pour into container. Okay. And nothing really valuable here except for there is a cell phone fully loaded. We'll drop our crappy cell phone, I guess, with the light battery is too heavy to carry. Interesting. I didn't know that our... Oh, well, our strength is low because we're injured, I bet. Let's take some more aspirin, man. Make that intense pain go away. Am I carrying some of those rocks or something? No. Ormithrax cuts a tree down and drops it in the wall direction to destroy it, but I find it unrealistic. That is unrealistic. I just did not know that that existed, but I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm more or less willing to cheese the game in ways like that. I just didn't know about it. Like, yeah, it's unrealistic, but there's so much stuff in this game that's unrealistic already. I mean, one of the things that I enjoy about gaming is, you know, is actually coming up with perhaps unintended solutions to things. Okay, we have our rocks. I am kind of curious to cut this thing down, but I don't even think the toolbox has like a... Well, hot diggity damn, you can actually cut down a tree with a toolbox, so we could smash our way into this if we wanted to. Gaming the system, yeah, I mean, that's interesting to me. I call it breaking the game usually, but yeah, absolutely. All right, build stone wall. So somehow this turret doesn't mind me doing this, and I'm pretty sure if I build up this wall... Oh no, our pain is unmanageable. Come on, bro, I took 2 aspirins. Gotta be kidding me with this. Last time I got shot 4 times in real life, I took a couple aspirins, I was good to go. You know, it was totally, thumbs up, I was fine. So apparently, building a wall takes a long time. It's so bad it's ruining your mood. It's trying to, but it can't get through the power of the sweet guitar solo. And the funky bass line. And more sweet guitar solos, I guess. British turbo sound. Digital indie punk. Is there a genre that does not exist on this MP3, I wonder? Laughing so hard at Kevin's realism right now. This is incredibly realistic. I'm spending 6 hours building a stone wall right next to a turret that totally cannot see my my hands moving. Also, good news, our skill in survival increased to 3 after doing this. So this is a half-built stone wall. I can totally still see through this. So I'm going to finish this bad boy up. So hey, we're grinding up survival by building a stone wall. But yeah, you would think that like the turret would see my hands moving and kind of remove them from my body for me. But thankfully, it's not doing that. This is all for a good cause too, which is to rescue my poor vehicle. Look at this stuff down here, by the way, like the wooden fragments and chunks and crap that just blew off of my car from the bullet that hit the hull. I wonder if it's still seaworthy. I guess we're going to find out. I'm just glad I didn't leave my car on for all of this, because it would probably be out of gas, or, much lower on gas after so many hours of what we're doing here. Alright, good news, there's a wall. We're totally safe. Completely safe. Our guy has gotten his ass thoroughly kicked, but he outsmarted the turret system. He's going to drink some of his clean water now to celebrate. Local fat man drowns last words. Let's find out if my car is still seaworthy. Well, thankfully I have determined, I was told how to figure this out. It's actually in the bottom left, and it says that it's still capable of swimming, so that's cool. I'll take the poor splinters of my hull and move them out of the way. Perhaps we'll attach a a nice metal hull in its place. You know, kind of curious, actually. Let's examine this real quick. Where did the hull get shot off of? It's not the front. It's the windshield, actually. This windshield spot right here. The hull got straight blown up or blown off of the bottom right next to this windshield. I guess that makes sense. Name the fat bastard, Kevin. That's just cruel. I can't say such things or do such things, at least not on stream. I think Fat Bastard is a wonderful name for this character. Although, again, he's not fat anymore. He's just overweight. He's fluctuating between normal weight and overweight. Although, if you think about it, in a post-apocalyptic kind of place where food is scarce, I suspect your weight probably would fluctuate a lot, since you wouldn't, you wouldn't necessarily have access to food all the time, and when you did have food, you would most likely be engorging yourself. Alright, we're trying to make it back to the mansion. I didn't realize there's a little sandbar here. Is there anything worth looking at here? It's just a stretch of land, nothing interesting. Alright, so our head wound is already starting to heal. I get the feeling this character is going to spend a few days recuperating in the mansion. I think I deserve some luxury after being almost shot to death. I'll probably stop the stream soon. I think I'm going to, offline I'll disassemble more robots. I'll probably build a giant pile of EMP grenades. Maybe if I read those 2 computer science books, we can figure out how to build the magical laptop that lets you control turrets, and then the turret can be our friend. But barring that, we're just going to have to blow it up with EMP. But now we've learned. We've learned the hard way that we can very, very easily. It's just like I thought. We can be one-shotted. We can be one-shotted by those things if we're not incredibly careful, and maybe even if we are careful. Anyone too dumb to ration would soon starve. Well, rationing is smart, I agree, but in a post-apocalyptic world, how much of your food is perishable and how much isn't? You may not be able to ration. What shrub am I running into? There's no shrub. Why does it think it's running into a shrub? I'm gonna save myself some trouble and just cut some of these things up. Alright, so now comes the fun part. We gotta maneuver this thing into the perfect position. Did I do it on the first try? Nope. Oh, yeah, baby, there we go. There we go. Right next to this car, but not running over my parts. Alright, we made it home. Safe and sound. Hell yeah. So, we survived, which is perhaps not saying much. We are back at the house. We have some books to read. I need to probably repair some of my items. Seems like my briefs have seen better days, but especially my plate armor I'd like to fix. My raincoat, my travel pack, all this stuff took bullets, which is not so good. We have this Computer Science 101 to read, which will take us to... That'll take us to Computers to 3, and then we have Computer Science 301. We can take 2 college classes. This one will take our computers skill to 5 as long as we are already at 3. So we're going to go to 5 computers. I don't know if that will let me build a control laptop or not. We'll find out. But the cool thing is we will have some computers, and maybe we can have an easier time against that turret on round 2. Barring that, we'll just use EMPs, and hopefully that'll solve the problem for us. I like how your briefs are damaged the most. Well, these briefs, these are, my briefs and my socks. They're like an old friend because I think these are my prison issue briefs. We've been wearing these ever since the escape from the island prison, so I really don't want to anything bad to happen to them. I think we really have to repair them because for a while there, my morbidly obese guy was like very nearly butt-ass naked. If you guys recall, one of the worst things that happened to this guy is he had a zombie dog bite his legs as he arrived on the island on the little bicycle boat thing I built, and the zombie messed with my legs so much that he actually ripped my pants right off. So yes, I am bragging about that. Thank you very much. How you like me now, Blue Blue? Maybe you should turn off your driving skills so that driving cars doesn't eat your focus. Actually, I was going to ask you guys about that. When I first started playing this game, I didn't understand why you would want to turn off skill gain. But my understanding is like the MP3 player kind of keeps your focus up, or at least keeps your morale up, and then morale and focus are sort of linked. And then like I think that once your driving gets to a certain point, it stops going up and stops sapping your focus so much. Is that true? Because I was told that the sweet spot is 7, and that's also when you kind of stop screwing up so badly when you're doing maneuvers when you're driving. Because like you guys haven't seen me try to push it to the limit with that RV, because there's really very few reasons to do that. But if you start driving at like 70 miles per hour or whatever, and then you like go to turn it all, if your driving skill fails, I understand you can like go into a skid and lose control of the car for a minute, which can be very, very bad at high speeds, as you can imagine. So yeah, I mean, I could do that, but I think for the time being, I'll keep it on. Yeah, I've definitely done that. I've done that as well, actually. Your morale determines what value your focus trends to. This seems somewhat overly engineered to me. Just as my instinct when I hear that. Almost threw a mile through my windshield. Did you forget to wear a seatbelt? Did you perhaps were you perhaps driving a car with no seatbelt? By the way, that reminds me. Perhaps at some point I should. Do I have a seatbelt in here? I should perhaps take out the seatbelt and put in the race car, like the race car sort of 5-point seatbelt system, which is better. Your car didn't even have a seatbelt. I see. Also, just for the future, I think I'd like to pick up this rope because we had a problem. We wanted to butcher that fungaloid and we couldn't really do it properly because we didn't have a rope on hand. Alrighty, car checkers can't be choosers. Ain't that the truth, man? And it's only going to get harder now because apparently in the latest experimental, some cars have this thing called an immobilizer unit, I think it's called in them, and the car just won't start without a set of keys. No more hot wiring. So that's a little bit tough. I think in the beginning of the game it's already hard to find a vehicle that is functional. Yeah. So you're gonna have an even harder time getting to safety. I do think that one of the most fun things in this game is that early game. Start in like inside of a city in a big building or something. And that's the most fun I think you're going to have in this game is you start out in the city, you try to escape the zombie hordes or whatever, and then you do like night raiding, you get like a rubber tube out of a fridge or something, and then you just start siphoning gas out of every single car you see. Like to me, that is the heart and that is the soul of this game. And what we're doing now is just like, we're at the point in the game where it's like, you really can only die if you let yourself die. You only take the risks that you choose to take. And to me, that's I don't know, that's significantly more boring than again, what to me, I'd say it's the heart and the soul of the game is that like sort of furious scrabble, you're like desperate to not die to these zombie hordes that are everywhere. And I mean, I don't think you really get to experience that if you survive in the game for more than like a couple days. You know, as soon as you have a vehicle, the game is essentially over. You know, if you have enough gas in it. So I don't know. Just I feel like if you could just extend that feeling a little more, you would have perhaps a little more interesting of a game. But that's just my 2 cents. Those are just my thoughts, and hopefully you find them as interesting as I do. But maybe not. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night for now. Maybe tomorrow we can steal some backpacks from some elementary school kids zombies. But you know, I think more likely we're going to go into that lab and possibly get shot to death. But until then, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.